Lower bands touch NQ on the 39. Double delta NQ on the 39. Double delta NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 9. Two finger NQ on the 39. Enigma short on the NQ4. Two finger NQ on the 89. Double delta NQ on the 4. Upper bands touch NQ on the 39. DCDM NQ on the 4. Double delta NQ on the 4. Upper bands touch NQ on the 39. Double delta NQ on the 4. Upper bands touch NQ on the double delta NQ on the 4. Upper bands touch NQ on the 39. Double delta NQ on the 4. Upper bands touch NQ on the 39. Upper bands touch NQ on the 39. Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
Alrighty then, mic check, mic check.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
Going here this morning. Good morning, good morning. I've got a bit of a tricky trade here going on. We had a Titanic zone come in right here, and wow, they just marched right through it. Turned into a
on the 39
monster. I'm gonna pull half here. Got to mitigate the move here. This thing has been a monster all the way up. We just got a very large big bull stepping in there, 2K. So right at so kind of a double big bull coming in there straight through that leg that came out of the indigo zone from yesterday. Prior high coming up here, and gonna watch to see what happens right here in front of the little red zone from yesterday as well. We'll see if that applies. Haven't heard any sellers kind of step up yet, but we'll try to see if I can
on the 4.
get a spot here. Was hoping for the Titanic zone. We're going to see if we get a trap over here on the right. Want to hear some sellers step in, and then I will get bigger on that position. We just hit a 7.6 over there on the optimized range, so we should be coming back down. There it is. Okay, gonna try to get big on it. Come back in, hopefully all the way to R1. Yikes, 6.5. I hope it gives me one more chance to get back down in there. All right, peeling off half there inside of that. All the way down. Go, go, go. Get me all the way to R1.
Double delta NQ on.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so kind of got the original spot back there. Tricky spot. I am a few minutes late here this morning. Tried to be here early at 9 a.m. and
Fib.NQ on the 4.
life happens. Okay, I do want to remove the drawings from yesterday. I'm going to hit Control R here. And
Fib.NQ on the
shuffle
4.
up. I don't think I'm going to change them from the high time frames. I want to look at these from yesterday. It does look like we hit the zone target from yesterday in the after hours.
2-finger NQ
23810. Let's get rolling here this morning. All right, don't forget trading is risky and yada yada yada. Let's get to it. So overnight, they did push it into the big bull target from yesterday. As you recall, I had said there's the zone. That was not hit yesterday, but into the after hours, they did hit it. They brought it back into the indigo switch hand zone from yesterday. And now they powered out of it at the open. There's 9:30. They did the head fake trap and then big move up here. I had a good play there as I was coming online there this morning. I had a nice enigma here. Played this enigma short there this morning. And then when we got the Titanic zone, I attempted to sell into this looking for like a 20 or 40 bag drop to the bottom of the ready DDs, but that didn't happen right away. Ended up kind of curving and a little late for me, so I basically got an in and out nothing burger. End up still on red. So this morning I am +1 -1 here this morning. First one was good, second one no good, and I need to get here on time with you guys. How's everybody doing? I've got full auto turned on 6 instruments: ES, Nasdaq, RTY, Dow, crude oil, and gold. And then I am down here playing with the Cyborg system. We are coming up into a divergence here. I'm looking for a big play. I will be looking for a big play short here. 940 to 950 coming up here in about 10 seconds. Looks like it's gonna lay right up inside of prior highs, and they're testing it early. There's a shark back. I'm gonna quarter position, toe in the water here. FOMO it a little bit in on a shark back with a alpha omega cross inside, so PRZ cross potential. Here's king timing. Add to position. There's a 20 bag. Let's see if we got a 40 in here or not. Gonna add on a Seuss. There's a Seuss. That looks like it was only going to be a 20 bagger there. Pretty close. Nope. Adding to position here on the shark back. Here's king timing. Nope, that Gartley's holding, so I'm going to peel off half there, and then if we crack above, I'm going to put a white line so it's easier to see. The stop above that shark is right there, just in front of prior high. if they crack the Gartley and the dot.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Okay, switch dot, add to position. Remember, the front of that shark back is target 1. And it is holding. We crack above that white cross, then that is the loss on the shark back. All right, so yeah, there it is. So yield, is it turning? On king timing. Hard to see. Okay, there's the... All right, nope, stopping out here behind the shark. Continuing up into the prior high. Here's the prior high touch. Cross coming in there. I'm gonna add to position. It's a mega late Nate. Add to position again. I'm gonna go full position. Mega late Nate on king timing. Now stop is behind the cross. At prior high, what's our time? 9:43.
Upper bands touch NQ.
So just in time.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
For the 940 to 950 reversal. It went 21 ticks. It did not go a penny farther. Come on, you can go a little farther than that. There's 25. Thank you very much. And I'll close it out there at the bottom of the channel. And I'll look to add to position here on a Seuss. There's a Seuss. Okay, Seuss again. What's our time? 9:44. And I'll close it out there almost to R1. 66.30.46. Not too shabby off of the Mega Late Nate. 13.2. Sounds like that looks like news.
Lower bands touch NQ on the 39. Lower bands touch NQ on the 39. Lower bands touch NQ on the 39.
Okay, missed that 7.1 add.
He said, I am though considering allowing a major lawsuit against Powell to proceed because of the horrible and grossly incompetent
Oh, Trump is woken up and chose violence today. Trump's a little angry there.
NQ on the 9.
All right, Super AO, pink dots,
500 as well as again in this
power headshot.
Trump says that he is
Still half there.
major lawsuit against Fed's Chair Powell.
And close it up there. 77.10 now on the day off of a Super AO plus
This is in relation
headshot right there.
to the construction of the Fed building, but nonetheless.
People are still digesting whatever it is Trump is saying. Sounds like Financial Juice is on Echo. Do you guys have Echo on your Financial Juice here today, or is that audio on my side? We know they're in the chat. Let's see. And we just got a 7,000 level Big Bear that came in through that sell. So they were definitely pressing the sell button. So we want to mark up the Big Bear now that came in. Now I know everybody thinks, well, it was just because of it was just the news. They used the news to execute technical things. This went right back up into the top. We said we had the divergence up top there. It went into the target zone there from yesterday. And then what did they do? Take profit. And of course they get to they correlate it with some news to say, hey, we'll just blame Trump for it, right? We'll blame that. Well, it was because Trump said da 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 da. Right? So they're not like, we're not manipulating anything.
Bands touch NQ on the 39.
Okay, bro. Cool story, bro.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
All right. Well, they weren't faking us out. We knew what's up. 7-1. Hold that one. Okay, looks like we're gonna have another spot right here. We had ready DDs. Oh, I got slip entered on that one. That's a bummer.
Upper
Quarter
bands
position,
NQ on the
break of the Gartley. Got Seuss right here. Might be a little deep. They might come back on that. Seuss on the red bar. And close it out for another 20, almost to 10K. 9,340 on the double ready DD up here. We had the pink dot inside. PRZ crawl. I mean, you just basically get a goal. This combo. Combo breaker. Just playing the video game. Just playing the game.
NQ on the 39. Divergence up NQ on the 9. Dot NQ on the 4. Lower bands touch NQ on the 39.
Power headshot in there. Target 1 on a J hook.
Lower bands touch NQ on the 39.
There's target 2 on the J hook.
Dot NQ on the 4.
There's a 5-7
on the 39.
Target 3 through the J hook. Target 1, 2, and 3 on that J hook.
Double delta NQ on the 9. Lower bands touch NQ on the 39.
Coming back to the 5-7, Seuss. Me to participate.
Lower bands touch NQ on the 39.
There's a 40 bag. I'll take it. That puts me right in front of 10K. 9,903. I'm going to turn on the Superstition Buster.
Divergence up NQ.
Tiny Superstition Buster.
Target filled.
Lower bands touch NQ on the 39.
And that'll do it. That'll put me over 10K on the day. 10,028. 5 figures on the morning.
89.
We're in bonus territory now. We'll be looking for our 6th on for the bonus. We got a shark, potentially. Shark back would be right here on the white line. Remember, on those shark back plays, if you zoom in on the shark backs, there is a little red line we've got in there to show you where the shark back ultimate perfect position entry would be on a shark. Sometimes they do come off the front like they did here, which means the bears are strongly in control still.
Embarking speaks on Health Management Academy in Chicago, Four Seasons Hotel. There is a text and Q&A expected. However, there is no live stream for this event.
Fib.NQ on the 4. NQ on the 9. Lower bands touch NQ on the 89.
All right, so that's a 5,964. Ooh, we got a double. All right, let's see if we get a bounce here. We should. Remember, this is the take profit zone from yesterday.
Fib.NQ on the 39.
That we just landed in here. So we'll look to see if we can find a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 banger would be fun for the reversal. We got a 5, 9. We have a 6. It's a 5. That one's smaller, so we probably continue lower.
NQ on the 4.
There's a red dot. Oh, I forgot I got Tiny Superstition Buster on. Hold on.
Target filled.
Still got the Superstition Buster turned on. So we'll probably continue lower first.
Bonds extend losses. 38 gilt yields, up 9 basis points.
Down to the P point. There's 28. Am I going to get 40 out of it? Let's see. We need something larger than a 5-4 for the reversal. So what I'm looking for is like a 6 or a 7 before I'm looking for the reversal. There's a continuation. Hit the P point. I should have probably closed out these. I only got 4 on right now.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
It's power headshots, add to position, and there's a 40 bag, and that's a 5-4, 5-4. So they're working here. Can you see them? They're working. 5-4 and 5-4. You find that coincidental that it's perfectly the same? I don't think so.
Double delta NQ lower bands touch.
All right, now what I'm looking for those who I have told before, I mean, these 1, 2, 3 bangers are serious plays. We're talking 50 to 100 tick plays.
bands touch
So,
NQ on the 89.
what I want to look for in this area is, okay, well, we're looking for the bounce out of it, but what I'd like to see, still the best play, in my opinion, is still a 1, 2, 3 banger. Now, the third one has to be 1 point or more. Now, you don't want to go, if it's double the amount, so if you're going from, in our case, we have a 5.4. What I want to see is ideally a 6.4. That's the absolute perfect scenario. However, 6.4, 7.4, awesome. Now, you start stepping up and you almost double this, now we have a question mark, okay? That shouldn't go that big. Sometimes it does. But now what they do is afterwards, the reason that number is larger, it's because they run their own size, which is a 5.4, and then they also want to pop stops. The pop of the stop increases the number by a little bit normally. So you know that you get retail offsides when you see the pop. Okay, so that's what I want to find. I want to wait for the pop, and then we reverse. And it's normally about a 1 point
Lower bands
difference. And but I'm talking about 1 point. I'm not talking about points. You guys know I do not talk about points on prices. I cannot stand it when people are like, oh, I made 5 points. That is retarded. Stop saying that. They are numbers of ticks on the right. Because if you're having to count points, well, ES versus Nasdaq versus Dow versus crude oil versus gold, a point has a different tick value, has a different tick size, and then people have to ask, well, on what instrument did you make that point? Because the value is different. People want to know how much you made. Okay, so stop trying to play the game of like, well, I don't want to talk about money. Grow up. It's 2025. You can talk about money. Make sense? All right. So we want to go one larger, 5.4, a 6.4 or a 7.4 would be absolute ideal. If you're going up to like a 10 or a 12, you got to be careful. At that point, it could be that they are going to continue and push the move. Everybody got it? The ideal is 1 point on the alpha omega, not 1 point. We don't talk about points. It's all ticks. Is that clear? Hopefully I made that clear enough.
Short on the YM.
Super AO. Into the zone. Now the zone, it would be helpful if I could see this on the lower time frame, but I cleared them from yesterday because I really didn't think they were going to all apply, and this came from a higher time frame from yesterday, so I don't think I had it on there on the lower time frame anyways. But it does help me if I go ahead and draw those on the lower time frame as well. So when you get pickups out like this, you get it. Now this one went with a 5.4. So while I was looking for something slightly larger, and this might have changed it a little bit there. It's
what he's due to be talking about. Although there is a text.
This could be coming up. Do we have a green right in front of it? Yeah, we kind of did. This 1, 2, 3 banger probably already happened, and I missed it because these were too close together. It's a scenario where you zoom in there, you can see we already had it here. We had a 9, then in the middle, we have a 6. That's a reduction. 9, 6. This is where the players are playing. They give them the 6, then they have the pop run, stop run. They hit them again, and they hit them again. But that 7 right there, that 6 with 1 larger, this is the one that initiates the, okay, now I'm looking for the next structural trap to move up after this one right here. Just happen to be that we get a 5.4 and a 5.4. You could almost negate these. These don't really matter. They're just popping more stops. They pop the stops right here. Got the retail offsides or sell side. Get them offsides. Get them offsides. Get them offsides. And then the run up.
Double delta NQ on the 4. Double delta.
Okay. Double ready DD. Got a set of. I'm going to mark this one up here. We got Big Bear stepped in right here. He wants to go 250 ticks.
Fib.NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 4.
All right, so give me some bear emojis in the chat here, and I'm gonna grab some of those bear emojis to pop on the screen.
Divergence of NQ on the 9.
All right, big bear is there. Now I'm gonna go in the middle of the meat of the bear, and I'm gonna measure out 250 ticks. It's right about there.
Lower bands touch NQ on the 39.
Okay, so here's our take profit zone for the big bear where he wants to take it. So I will look for an entry to get us down into that area. At a double dot back there would have been a good spot there. Crack through of the dot there. Gonna Seuss. They're bouncing it off of PRZs too easily.
Lower bands touch NQ on the 39.
Adding on the cipher, but cipher's getting cracked.
Divergence up NQ on
Ciphers are holding. Those are getting held too easy, so I'm gonna bail on it right in front of it. See if I get another opportunity to enter on one of our entries on our cheat sheet.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Okay, dot broken.
One minute now until we're expecting the text release from Fed's Barkin.
Fib.NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 9.
Okay, here we go. We're starting the crosses. It's a 5-2. I'll expect continuation through a 5. And then remember, what I want to see now is a 1-2-3 banger. Those are the best, in my opinion. Before I look for a reversal. In between that, on the second one, I will look for a continuation, unless it's approximately one larger than this one. What I want to see, well, I don't have the number small enough for me to be able to see something smaller than that. Okay, there's 2. That's a 12.
NQ on the 9.
Barkin now.
How many did they get in there? 500. Okay, well now we've got another big bear in here.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
The economy lifts.
He came in right here, so we may not get the bounce out of that.
Though spending has softened, it's hard to envision a serious pullback.
Because we have another, it's about a 500, so he wants to get another 150 ticks. So I want to measure 150 ticks now down below this
Could take a hit if
from this big bear here.
But I'm hopeful that large layoffs will be avoided.
Oh, we got our crash here. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn off real-time protection this morning. Let's make sure we turn that off. Yep, this one will get you almost every time. So everybody, make sure you turn this off. This just is a nightmare for Windows when we have as many files that are getting shoved to your machine. Now, we're not talking about Algo, we're talking about NinjaTrader, any kind of Quant Tower, any of the apps that are pushing data to your machine. They go to files, they go to memory first, and they go to files. And every time it writes a new file or modifies a file, the thing is constantly scanning and hanging, and it causes a nightmare. All right, I crashed there through all that speed. Let's see. Fine. Do I want to clear cache? No, I'm gonna do a standard launch here. All right, give me just a moment here to log back in. Do me a favor while you're here. Let's smash that like button. Let's get it over 100 likes so I can stay here the whole session with you guys. All right, so it should be getting reconnected here. Let's see. So I'm sure I lost some drawings on that, unfortunately. So it looks like we got an Enigma call on the bottom there.
Fed Governor pick from around speaking on CFTC on CPI report says I'm very happy to see inflation is well behaved.
Okay, from what I recall, the take profit zone was
Governor Pick speaking on CNBC now.
probably right about here, right, for the Big Bear. And where was the Big Bear at? Big Bear came in back here.
We're on the CPI report.
Indigo zone from yesterday. This is a red zone from today.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
All right, so take profit zone was here. Make it green. Back up to the P point, looks like. Ready to D zone helped shove it up. Did we get a 1, 2, 3 banger for the reverse?
And says no evidence of inflation at the aggregate level.
No, but we got a mega late Nate and a moonshot on the Enigma.
Fib.NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 4.
Inside of the take profit zone.
Convergence NQ on the 39.
And as I recall, as we came into this zone, we got another Big Bear, right?
Upper bands touch
Here,
NQ on the 4.
And then did he push it 150 ticks?
Upper bands touch NQ
No,
on the 39.
125. No, 100.
Double delta NQ
He
on
only
the
got
4.
it another 100 ticks, but he did get profits in there. Five 4, 5 9. Okay, 15.4 and a 15.8. 5 9, 5 6. See, this is like 3 times as large. This is what I mean by like those ones that are not ideal.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
So if you're counting, you're like, okay, 5 9, 5 6. Cool. What I'm looking for is like a 6 or a 7. This is like 3 times that. 15.9. You know what I'm saying? This is what I mean by like, be careful of the 1, 2, 3 bangers. If you get one that's significantly different in size, like, then we might be having some continuation. So that's what I have seen particularly. And we do have some exuberant buying down there. You can look at that. Like, they literally were like, oh, we're pushing it. So you have a big bull in here that we need to mark up that came in through this leg right here. So big bull wants to make his pay. So we want to mark 250 above this.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
And there's an 8-6, so I want to sell that. So this is a 1, 2, 3 banger in the opposite direction. The ideal is to wait for a PRZ, which is right there.
Double delta NQ on the
7, 8, 6. Perfect. That's what I want to see. There's the PRZ, so there's the banger. Want to see a red bar, and I'll add to position. There we go. Got a 24-bit operating system here.
On the 39.
Got a white cross on the 9s.
No material
Like we're coming all the way back to the indigo zone. Oh, I'm hearing news.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
USCEA is
I'm going to half up right there just in case they decide to keep on the run.
And there will be an
I do want to measure
increased in recent
the
years.
middle of
CPI data rarely gets revised. He adds.
That's back here. Looking for
Divergence
250.
down NQ on the 9.
Up. This is from yesterday. Oh, I didn't get my position added. Zeus. 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 Peel half in the butterflies. Right, closer up there.
Incentive schemes can drive.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3 banger. Would have been better if I had just waited for the bang. So there's the ideal. So we have the. Here's number 1. I don't really care what that one is. We're just looking for the start of the sequence. Okay, follow with me. You want to mark the time on this video here. This is the 1, 2, 3 banger. There's number 1. I don't care really what that number is. Then I want to see the second one.
Independence is
5 or more. Well, I'm on the 4, so it will depend on whether you are on. If you're on a higher time frame, the numbers are different. But what I want to see is a number that is close to but larger than the middle number. So the middle one is kind of what I'm looking for to figure out what the next number should be. This is a 7, and I mentioned it earlier. I want it 1 digit above. This is perfect. This is absolutely the ideal for me. This tells me we're going to get a reversal sequence. We're going to trap people in on one side. We're going to make retail think one direction. So where do they think we're going to keep running? Right about here, right? They're like, oh, okay, we're going to keep on running. You get them long, and then they make them wrong. Right. So this one is a 7. Now we go to 8. Okay, that's the trigger. So that is 1. This is number 2. This is number 3. The third one is about 1 point larger than the prior. Now I want to look for the bang. 1, 2, 3, because why do you call it the banger? It's not just you enter in short right there. Yes, because I'm a position, player. I'm going to play with some size. I'm going to start building my position when this one shows up, just like the big guys are. So I start building my position here, but the bang is the pinpoint entry location. So if you are trading on a small account, the absolute ideal is going to be entering in on the PRZ or the dot after the 1, 2, 3 banger. So you're looking for the structural entry. Another structural entry could be the top of the zone. So another one would be, in this case, top of the zone. So we have 1, we have 2, we have 3. Now we're looking for the bang. That's why we call it the 1, 2, 3 banger. The bang is either, here's the list.
Enigma short on the NQ4. Fib.NQ on the 4.
Not Skatukatur. All right, so the 1, 2, 3 banger. We're looking for the 3 crosses.
And Fed board nominee Moran believes tariffs will be borne by countries.
The third one in that series, you want it to be about +1, then the prior, then the middle one. The middle one is kind of the key. It's like the hinge point of this whole thing. Look for the middle one. We're looking for the mid with a whatever that number is. So if it's a 5, then we want this one to be a 6. In this case, we just had, what was it? It was a 7, and then the next one was 8, right? Good. Perfect step up. I love it. That's what I want. That is the sequence.
Ends his remarks on
Now
CNBC.
I'm looking for the bang. The entry for a small account should be on the bang, which is going to be a PRZ, harmonic, right? Harmonic PRZ, or a Fibella dot,
Fib.NQ
or channel top. There might be another one that I'm thinking of, a structure. The main thing is it's a structural trap. Okay, could be some kind of little triple crown scenario. Could be anything that makes it look like, okay, retail is going to add into their position, get in on the spot, they go for it and get them off sides. Make sense? Hey, thanks, Jimmy. Did you put a screenshot in there on what I had before? Oh, thank you so much. Hey, thanks for that. No, that'll be helpful here. I'll try to draw that up. We're moving very quickly here today, so I'm having to move quick. All right, we're coming back into this zone again. This is a super AO, so I've got my finger on the sell. There's a mega latent 8 right here. I'll stop above the cross, half position here. Looks like we might push past the cross. Are we gonna stay inside the cross? We are. There's a 10. Am I gonna get 20? I don't know. I'm still hearing buyers. Still hearing buyers. Nope. Okay, so they're pushing past. I'm gonna peel. Mega latent 8 inside the indigo zone. They're pushing all the way through it. Straight. That's a 5. Looking for the buyers to get off the gas there.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Okay, there's a dot. This will tell us.
Upper bands
Nope, pushing past. Okay, got a half up. Here's king timing. They're pushing it up into it. Okay, Enigma, I'm going all the way. That is a super Enigma plus the dots.
Fib.NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 4. on the 9.
Almost don't have to move the lines here. Stop above the Enigma.
Divergence down NQ on the 9.
Okay, stay just inside. Nope. They're coming back to it. They kind of came back to my stop twice almost here. Listening for sellers if they're going to step.
Fib.NQ
Nope.
on the 4.
Dot is enough to push it. Okay, gonna have to peel it over that white line.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39. Fib.NQ on the 4.
Break the dot. Break it. Come on, sellers. Where are you, buddy? Nope, they're not here.
Trump posting on Truth Social says trillions of dollars are being taken in tariffs.
Antichrist
Says
gave
this has
himself a
been
pat on the
incredible for our
back.
country, its stock market and general wealth, and just about everything else. He says it has been proven that tariffs have not caused inflation or any other problems for the country, other than massive amounts of cash pouring into our treasury's coffers.
Uh-oh,
Trump also
here comes
says
King
it has been
Timing,
shown for
and they're
the most
floating it.
part that consumers aren't paying for the tariffs.
I should have halved up in that double dot down there. Oop. All right. I'm going to half up as we come to that white line. Are we going to keep going? Hold the line. Headshot. Hold it. Headshot. Come on. Hold it for me. Oh, we just switch dotted. Oh, it's a gnarly spot.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
HMD, it's going to be close. All the way to the, there's the Enigma target.
Upper bands touching.
All right, I'll peel half on the 14, probably closing it out there. That was a gnarly spot there. Should be adding to position a little bit there on the 14. See if we get some follow through. That's pretty significant size. See if I can get 20 more out of it. See if I can hold to another cross. Stop is should be above the cross right here. We're basically entering in on a 14.7. Oh, don't go back up there. Hold the crab. Nope, cracking the crab too. Oh, bummer.
The Russell 2000 hits a 2-week high, lost up 1.6%. So in 10 minutes time now, at the bottom of the hour, we're expecting comments from Kansas City Fed President Schmidt, who speaks on the Southern Economic Development Council annual conference. A text is expected, as well as a Q&A at the bottom of the hour.
Okay. I feel like I've kind of lost the sequence here.
Dow Jones up 1%.
Lost track mentally of the sequence on the measurements for these, and it didn't help that I had to crash earlier. I lost my drawings. So I'm flying, I wouldn't say completely blind, but I'm missing a couple of boundaries for knowing where we are there. Out on the cross, PRZ cross there, Super AO. All right, going in on the Super Mega Late Nate. R1 just up above it. Is it a 5.0 or a 5.9? Say 5.9. Okay. So should be waiting for a PRZ or a dot for the perfect entry here. Again, another sequence, 11, 5.1. 5.1 to 5.9, it's a 0.8. It's not perfectly a 1, but should be waiting for the structural trap now. The top of the channel is way up there, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some extra oomph to it. But looking for a structure, which is going to be hard to see there. Got a little triple 1, 2, and a 3 right there in front of R1. Don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll be in a full position here on this one. That is a
So now US CEA Chair Moran.
small bear there. We have two bears that need to get out. That bear got trapped, and so did this one. So, I mean, this could be a big one.
Moran says the BLS numbers have deteriorated in quality over the years.
So from there to there, there's a big bear. And this one back here, we can remove this sequence. He made his money. this guy is trapped right here. So according to my rules, there's two places we have to go. One, inside here to let this guy out, number one, which gets me out of part of my position to the top. But then this guy down here, this is the target. This is wild. This is a huge move. If this comes all the way down here, I'm making 234 ticks. This is a monster. Everybody understand that? Type of 1, if you know, to let the bear out, they have to go all the way here to 23,690. All right, I'm gonna peel some here at my POE. Oh, they're being turds on me. This should be the fake up move trap. It's gonna be gnarly. We here need to listen for sellers. Deuce. Deuce. So high time frame, white cross inside indigo zone, optimized range, divergent triangle. I mean, this could be great. I mean, it could be, and I say could be because there's no guarantees, but if I'm right, that is going to be huge. Huge potential. That is a gnarly trap. 1, 2, 3 banger. Again, well, like I said, one of my absolute favorites lately. Oh, they're coming back to my POE here. Nope, they didn't hit it. Cool.
Fib.NQ on the
hold red dot, hold bro. Give me a line, give me a line. I want to visually see it. Thank you.
Fib.NQ on the 9.
They trapped him so hard up there. Oh, it's going to be gnarly. There's the banger. So if you waited for the 1, 2, 3 and then you hit the banger, there's the banger. The dot finally came. Looking for 100 ticks, 50 to 100. There's 30. Looking for 50 to 100 on a 1, 2, 3 banger for me. Hold the dot. I think this is just the final trap. Okay, there it is. Mega late Nate. That I hope is FTW. Need to get a stop line of the white cross.
Double delta NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 4.
Track the dot. Thank you. Don't you hold. Bracket. Oh, dot held. Okay, do have to peel then. Don't you go over that line. Stay inside. Trap and let's move.
Fib.NQ on
Thank
the 4.
you.
We got divergence on the 9s. We could get a move right here. I am watching my ripple chart. We don't like to take.
And they are trapped. I mean, if I'm right, they are trapping them so hard it is going to be nasty.
I see. An enigma. Oh, there's a cross.
What's the time?
Taking the moonshot.
10:28. 2 minutes till the bottom of the hour.
1 minute now until we expect a text release from Fed Schmidt, who's speaking on monetary policy and the economic outlook.
Well, they'll probably use that news as the excuse. This bear wants to get out. He's all the way right here.
Adding more on the fib illegal. I'm in a full position now.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
There's a 6-1. So I would look for a continuation. I don't have any juice left there.
Target filled.
ES doing. Kind of watch ES. ES is pointing down, hopefully into its golden ropes there on the lower time frame.
10 seconds.
Okay, news event. Hopefully they're not going to use it to launch. Breaking news breaks things. Somehow,
From Fed Schmidt, retaining
top line behind the 5-2, another mega late Nate.
YM3.
Schmidt says, I support a patient approach on changing the Fed policy rate. Policy rate is not far from neutral and inflation is too high. Tariffs' limited effect on inflation is a reason to keep policy on hold, not an opportunity to cut rates. Says tariffs likely muted the effect on inflation, or tariffs likely muted effect on inflation is a sign that policy is appropriately calibrated. Says, I see no possibility that the effect of tariffs on prices will be known over the next few months.
Okay, cracked the top of it, so I've got to peel some off here, unfortunately.
Significant weakness in demand growth.
Fib.NQ on the 9.
Crack that Gartley. Nope, Gartley holding. Deuce. Crack it.
Alpha Omega algorithm performs real-time workflow analysis, combination with volume and price and other proprietary data calculations. There are 4 types of alpha.
Enigma short on the NQ4. Fib.NQ on the 39.
Got an Enigma 23.9. If you just want to wait for the Enigma, apparently we can just smack down on a 23.9. Thank you very much.
Fib.NQ on the 9.
Ten 10.4.
Fib.NQ on the 39.
Should be behind the Enigma, I guess.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Types of alpha, omega crosses. Alpha, bullish, green, blue, ooh, omega, red, pink, blue. Alphas are generally stronger, bullish signaling green. Alphas, likewise. Pink omegas are generally a stronger bearish signal than red. Alphas, AO indicator can should be tuned to the specific
Fib.NQ on the 9. Fib.NQ.
Through that whole sequence, I did not see any big bulls step in. So, dude, this is going to be... I mean, if my read is correct on this, dude, this is going to be...
Officials, Mull, Feds, Jefferson.
It's going to be awesome for me. I mean, I didn't see a single big one to step in to go push it any farther. So then the only guys who are in there, we got Big Bear here and Big Bear here. Now they're gonna, that's the opportunity for the Big Bear to get out. I mean, they've touched him twice, but this guy has never been given the opportunity to get out. And that is way down there. And you're talking about from node to node. That is a long way down. I'd love 200 plus ticks. I'll take it. I'm here for 100, but if you're gonna give me 200, I mean, I'll take it. Man, they got trapped. It is gonna be the nastiest trap. Holy shnikes.
Divergence up NQ on the 9. Fib.NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 4.
Headshot here.
Fib.NQ on the 39.
Okay, broke the headshot, so I had to peel some here. We're still sitting on moderate buy. Let's see, what is that? That's a 5-8, and that's a 7. So we're getting a 1, 2, 3 banger again. 3. And the banger is right there. There's the PRZ. So 1, 2, 3 bang right here. From here, 100 ticks is too far inside there. 100 ticks is right here. Still have not seen a big bull step in. That's what would ruin the sequence if you get a big bull stepped in, and there has through this whole accumulation zone there, or in this case, I believe. So we push the distribution, and this is looks like a take profit area. I have not seen a big bull step in yet. Now, if it does, that changes everything.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Mega headshot.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39. Fib.NQ on the
All
4.
these crosses are top of crown, top of crown. We're going down. I mean, I may as well just walk away so I can watch this one go play out here.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39. Fib.NQ on the 4.
The SIBO volatility index over a 1 month, 1 week low now. Last down 1 spot 05 points at 15 spot 19.
Okay, what I don't want to see, I do not want to see a big bull step in on this leg. First time we touched red, that is the first touch. Cross is top of crown.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
Big cross, white cross just showed up on the 9s.
Fib.NQ on the 9.
See if that's the ender. It's a headshot on the 9s.
NQ on the
If
39.
you see it, type a 1. 2 if you're new. 3 if you'll admit
Double
you're just here
delta
to troll
NQ on the
me.
4.
There's the delta shift. Oh, it's gonna be gnarly. Oh, it's gonna be gnarly.
Fib.NQ
Delta shift. Crack that dot, baby. It's gonna be gnarly.
Fib.NQ on the 9. Fib.NQ on the 9.
Shifty shift. Third time. 10:42. It's a couple minutes early. Red touch twice. Back to neutral.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Fast does not favor the bulls. Valid speed. Here we go. In 43, 2 minutes.
Fib.NQ lower bands touch NQ on the 39.
Now what I don't want to see, I don't want to see a big bull step in. If a big bull steps in, that's what changes everything. They can keep head faking, but I don't want to see a big bull step. That would be a problem.
Double delta NQ on
Delta shift again. I mean, the sequence is legit. The sequence is ready. I'm poised and ready. Whenever she wants to make her move, delta shift. I'm happy to see it. John, yawn. I've already got the counter in on you, bro. John Bergman's so angry. I love it. Or is it Burgerman? John Burgerman. John Burgerman. Knock knock. See, your network. I'm data. You don't understand what that means, but it's okay. Funny.
Fib.NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 9.
Yeah, John Bergeron's trying to bot our channel. It's hilarious. Somebody's sad. Somebody's sad face.
Lower bands touch NQ on the 39. Lower bands touch on the 30.
There's the 100 ticker. All right, there's the 100 tick touch. I'm gonna see if they're just gonna get all the way down there and let the full bear out. So this was the important spot there on the 100 ticker. If the bulls are going to maintain their control, then they would need to hold this spot. And it looks like they just did. All right, so that's a bummer. So they held the 100 tick.
Tap, let's go.
Lower bands touch NQ on the 39.
Oh, boo. Is that a big or little? No, it's less than 500. Just another mega late Nate.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
Another delta shift. I'm here for it. Nice job, Dan. Happy to hear it, sir. Mega late Nates. It's a super mega late Nate now with the delta shift beside it.
Lower bands touch NQ.
All right, we did crack the mega late Nate, so I do have to peel some. Back to R1. I have still not seen a
double delta
big bull step in yet. There's another ready DD. Zeus. Zeus.
Double delta NQ on the 9. Fib.NQ on the 4. Divergence down NQ on the 9.
Cracking it. I still do not see, I don't see a big one, so I'm still gonna hold.
Double
Divergence on the 9,
4.
super AO. I'm going to
upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
add on plays on the bot. Out of ammo on this one. Mega late Nate. Coming into a cipher on the 39 optimized range. So let's see, went full strong buy. We only touched, we never went full strong sell. So we did not get all 4 of the nerds with us into the cipher there. And still did not see a big bull just come step right in there. Throughout the whole thing, it was broken up.
Double delta NQ on the 9.
So as of this moment, I'm not really concerned. We got a big red ready DD showing up. Second ready DD showing up here as well.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Just looks like more of the bull trap in there. Cypher coming in to touch on the 89 as well.
I'm stacking my cash, it's nothing to pass. You ain't never gonna trade like this, moving too fast. You can't even catch up to my daily flips. Check out my gaze, I'm owning this grip. Out here with NinjaTrader making big moves. Algo traders always in the groove. Vinny Emini got a strain, they can blaze. We expose ICT, shorty's all fake. You see us winning, can't keep up on our stride. You're just max, you're not in our league. You were supposed to help players, but what happened? It looks like you never did, just napping. We never follow the trade, always hit the mark. You talk skill, but you're just a spark. You front like you're big, but you ain't seen a stack. We double our profits while you left in the black. You had your moment, but we came through. Right there, that was the end for you. What you mean you work a 9 to 5?
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
You're a broke trader, you can roll with us. Show us some real profit or just hush. I don't believe you gotta stab this place, step back. I'm into this race. You ain't got the skills to get fucked. Every now and then sees us up when they flop. Since we was out of safety net for the week, you look ready to cry. Cry to a fuck that I sleep. NinjaTrader ready, Algo box crew. Always in the trade, finding the next big break. Big hits, it's all about the algorithm. Precision and timing. Algo box making moves, never reclining. Vinny Emini tell us when we say climbing. Every trade calculated, no emotion in the mix. We profit off the tips and ride the bullish dicks. Easy. I'm stacking my cash.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
ES pointing down for me. Let's see if we get all the way to red side. Okay, ES just touched its golden ropes. I'm going to flatten the bots here and turn full auto off. They're up 13,600. Going to flatten all, flatten all, flatten all. All right, now
Divergence up NQ.
let's see if I'm going to get my wish, and we're going to have a 50K or 100K day here. We have the potential. If I read this right, all the way to here, that is a gnarly bear release.
NQ on the 4.
Red dots. And the thing that will change it is if we get a big bull stepped in on the lower time frame here. So I'm watching down here.
We hit hard every time we step in the market. I'll be about half the industry, but we collect our fees. Profit straight to our pockets, we go on our way. Couldn't care less about haters who wish they were us. Wouldn't want to be us for a day. Wouldn't want to wear our shoes for a day. You stuck in a rut.
Here's what it looks like on the 9s off of that double ready DD. Two reds. We definitely have a 50K potential, but we also have a 100K potential, depending on how brave I am holding all the way through to how much of it I hold through to the bear out scenario. And that's a big bear that came in on the 9s through that leg right here. And if he gets his wish, 250 down below that. Gnarly, what are we at, Tuesday? Okay, so that cipher already played, so I don't really care about, I don't want to say care about, but Don't need to keep an eye on that one anymore. Just watching for a big bull. It's the only thing that would change my opinion at this point.
On the 4.
There's an 11.6. Okay, I'm going to add in on the bots on that one. On the bots, that is a 11.6, and we got a cross. I don't see a cross on this one, but we have a cross on the bot chart there as well. So it is moonshot. Got about 20 seconds till the top of the hour, 11 o'clock coming up. How much of a time delay is there? Let's see.
So the US had to sell $100 billion in 4-week bills on August 14th, settling on August 9th.
Phone here. Test 1, test 2.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
It's like a 15-second delay right now. Let me turn DVR off. I have seen that can fix things sometimes. So I'm going to disable DVR and then refresh. So if you want to refresh, if everybody wants to close the live stream and relaunch it. Important that they relaunching.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
Test it again. Test 1, test 2.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
Okay, so we got about a 7-second delay. What I was measuring there, about 7 or 8 seconds. With DVR off. So it's weird. I guess DVR kind of cuts it by almost half. So it's about 15 seconds with DVR on where you can roll back the live stream. If I turn off the DVR, looks like it cuts that in half to about 7 seconds. Okay, ES still pointing straight up here. So we touched red 3 times, never went to which one is holding up. Curious. I think it's RTY. RTY is holding strong. Oh, okay. We got the exact thing I was worried about. If we got a big bull step in, that changes everything. Oh, bummer. Okay, we have a big bull stepped in right here.
Double delta NQ.
It's a Titanic zone.
Fib.NQ on the 9.
I need to. I don't remember what this one was from. Got a big pink dot on the high time frame. Gonna add to spot on that one, and let's see. Let me count ticks on that. yeah, shoot. Okay, big bull stepped in through that straight leg there. Well, that changes things. Oh, my nice juicy trap there may not be a trap after all. We're right at 11 o'clock.
J-hook long NQ on the 4.
Are we going to crack that top there? If it is, I'll start peeling. 10-5 Super AO in there, so the only thing I'm kind of holding out for, hoping out there. Don't crack that top. J-hook long.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
Hold that dot.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Dot, add to position.
Divergence down NQ on the 9. Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
Okay, so that big bear made 0 money.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
He'll have to get let out at the top of his little beginning there, 23,780. So we at least have that, but it's not as cool as what I was hoping for earlier, unfortunately. This is exactly 725 ticks from the bottom, so it's moved up 725 to this spot right here.
Divergence down NQ on the 89. Upper bands touch NQ on the 39. Double delta NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 4, Enigma short on the YM3. touch NQ on the 39. Upper bands touch NQ on the 39. Double delta NQ on the 9. Upper bands touch NQ on the 39. Upper bands touch NQ on the 89. Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
Okay, so here's what the 89 is doing here. So while they touch the cipher, and now this is, I don't know, it's going to be a big peaking up here. It's going to be crazy. It's not happening where I thought it might have, but they did get the big bull stepping in there. So another 250 ticks to the upside. Another ready DD and delta shift on the higher time frame here on the 9s, but these are just absolutely straight legs in there. And Bear is he's sitting right there like, what about me? So it looks like we're gonna have to wait for, at this point it's 11:11, so at this point we're waiting until the it's gonna have to be that noonday 12:05, 12:35 pivot, one of those kind of days. Cross, head on the bot on the cross, and then we'll gonna wait it out. Not nearly as fun. The news has been oddly silent after the last Trump tweeting. Is there a broker that will let you do more than 50 contracts? Apparently there is. So with my broker, they allow me 50 per account, and that's just with me and with my brokers. But if you talk to what's his name, he's on one where, I mean, so he says they allow him up to 100 contracts. Now I don't know, I'm old school, and I had always thought, and that's what it has always been, I just thought that was the max. Now again, I don't have the evidence, I don't know it, I don't see it, but he's got a channel name like Market Channel. Who's the guy who's got like a pink background? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like he's got a pink background on his live streams. It's like Market Channel. What is his name? Riff? No. He was saying he was trading like a $700,000 account, which, you know, I don't know why you need that much in an account. What is that guy's name? Anybody know who I'm talking about? He's from California.
Bands touch NQ on the 39.
He used to be on Top Step back in the day. Then he kind of parted ways with them. Market Channel. What's the name of that thing? Awesome, Ian. Rips. That's it. Rips. Yes, Rips. Okay. Yeah, what's the name of his channel? It's not Rips. It's some other name that doesn't make... Market Clubhouse. Market Clubhouse. I can never remember that name.
Enigma short on the NQ4.
I'm going to subscribe and select all on his. Fresh Market Clubhouse. Fresh.
Divergence down NQ on the 9.
Yeah, so this guy,
upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
Maybe ask him. I'm not sure what broker he uses, but he has said that he is allowed up to 100 contracts. So I don't know how to verify that or whatever, but he has whatever deal he's got, he can do 100 contracts. And I did find out, like, I was wrong about the CEO or the CME limit. It's not, I don't know where I had that number from, but no, apparently that is not dictated by the CME. That is still by the broker, what they allow you on the exchange, but you can do more than 50. So I was mistaken on that. I just thought that's what my broker had always told me, so I thought that's what it had been. But yeah, I think I turned DVR off. If you refresh your live stream, you should be caught up there. And let me refresh here. Yeah, he goes by Rips. I'm not sure what his real. Anybody know what his real name is? Like, is that short for something? I don't know, but he trades a very, very large account. Yes, I mean, it's triple the size of mine. But yeah, that lets you trade. I mean, with his broker, whoever that is, he said that it lets him trade 100. I remember when he said that, and I was like, what? Okay, we got a big shark back here on the 39, and I'm assuming that will be the structural play to bring it back to let that bear out, but it's still got like 40 minutes till the noonday shift. So could be in for a ride here.
US stocks extending gains with the Nasdaq now up 1%. S&P up spot 85%.
Fib.NQ
1119. Shark back on the 39s. Holy shnikes. Now, on the 89 structurally has 23,880s. There's the first set of sellers we've heard coming in at the shark back. The front of that shark back is 23,800s. The 89 structure PRZ is 23,880 is here. And I'm going to save workspace just in case we have another crash scenario here. Save workspace. Red dot in as well. I'm going to add on the bot there. But I mean, again, like I said, we're still 40 minutes before the noon. If they're going to do the typical noonday shift on a trend day, well, it's still got time. So the one to watch, I believe, right now, well, we've got two things. We do have the shark back, and on the 9s, we also have a red dot after delta shift here on structure point. Wow, that is a gigantinormous buyer in this leg right here. That is a 2,000 level buy. So I have a feeling they will probably push that back up there through the 89. 23,880 is probably what they're going to be gunning for there. My current POE, point of entry, is... Am I above the bear point? Let's see. Bear point is 23,780. And I'm at 23,816. Yeah, I'm in there. Still hearing buyers. Gonna wait until I hear the seller step. But we could have all the way to till 12 o'clock before they pull that if they want to. Remember that gnarly trap there from the morning out of the kind of the indigo zone there. Big bear stepped in there. That has just pretty much been lit since, what time was that? 10:56. Super headshot short on the 39s. Do you have a cross in here? I don't know if I have the white cross. Yeah, I have them. They're minor bubbles. I mean, that is a lot of buying through that leg there, so I had to half up and eat the eat a large portion of that loss already. All right, there they are. I'm hearing first set of sellers step in there, so I'll give it another shot here.
Noting the dollar extending weakness here, the Dixie down spot 4%. Brian, you posted a screenshot? All right, let me take a look. Thank you, sir.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Oh, you got it down to the 4s. You know what? What is your, would you mind sharing, Brian, what is your, wow, you're showing a 4 too. So you've got, oh, and you're showing 3s as well. How low, what number are you? Do you have a threshold at all? Yeah, you have to have some kind of threshold. You have your threshold is 3 for the AOs. Yeah, I'm looking at your screenshot. So here's what I'm asking is so Brian's got a 4.2. It's pretty. I mean, I consider it pretty low, but I'm showing, you know, higher time frame. This might be a good idea actually, but he's also showing 3s, so I'm assuming his threshold has to be, you know, is it 3.5, maybe a 3. But you've got a 4.2. I was like, I don't have a cross there. Why do I not have a cross? You got your number. Your tuning is, I don't know if I'd say low. In fact, it might be absolutely appropriate. Okay, I need to get some lines here. There's a red dot. Hop across that. I'll need to peel it again if we're gonna go on that run. Remember, we do have that 23,880 for the 89.
So EJ Anthony, who's the Trump pick for the BLS takeover or BLS replacement even, suggests suspending the monthly jobs report, according to Fox Business.
Suspending the monthly jobs report? Wait. Say that one more time. Did y'all hear that? We're thinking about suspending the monthly jobs report. Did y'all hear that? Dude, that has been a staple of the industry for decades. And okay, what are they worried about? What do y'all think? What are they worried about? What are the job numbers that bad that they've got to hide it and not report on it? That is very scary in my opinion.
Dixie now down spot 5%.
You're on 3.4. All right, let me take a look at that. 3.4 and 8. Okay, so 3.4 is the lowest. Let's see. That's reasonable. Especially on the higher time frame. I really never touched this. No, I have. It's 6.8. Okay. 0.4, and you left your other one at 8. You've just lowered the bottom threshold, so we should see
Fox Business have released a
more
pre-nomination interview with EJ Anthony, again, where he says he suggests suspending
on the 89.
Hope it's not too many. That's a 4, 3. Well, I mean, if this is a 1, 2, 3 banger on the high time frame. Do y'all see the 1, 2, 3 banger? If you do, type a 1, 2 if you're new, 3 if you're still here to troll me. Because that's a 1, 2, 3 banger on a high time frame. That's a 3-8 up to a 4. That's perfect. And if you're like, well, what about this one? Well, this one isn't, because we didn't go up 1 digit. Well, we did from here, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. That was just a straight up trap and trend move on that. It's kind of early for the 12:30. It's 11:30. For that drop here.
Fib.NQ on the 4. Enigma short on the NQ on the 9. Fib.NQ on the 4.
So Wall Street Journal reports that Perplexity makes a long-shot $34.5 billion offer for Google Chrome. Perplexity AI seeks to buy Google Chrome in unsolicited $34.5 billion bid.
To buy Google Chrome? What?
Who? NQ on the
Who wants to buy? I'm gonna Google that one. Who is seeking to purchase Google Chrome? Is Google Chrome its own? So many things I don't know about all that. I thought that was part of Google. Apparently not. Perplexity AI.
DCDM-NQ on the 4.
If the U.S. Department of Justice is successful in forcing Google to sell off its Chrome browser as part of its ongoing antitrust case, several companies have indicated interest in purchasing it. Okay, I missed that at some point. Companies that have expressed interest include ChatGPT, OpenAI. Wouldn't that be... Dude. Watching Revelations open up before our eyes.
For those interested.
Imagine having access to everyone's Chrome browsing data and having AI and having... Oh my word. Y'all. Prep up, folks. If it's me, I mean, I've already prepped for my family, but man, you know, look, there are people who interpret some passages out of scripture that say, oh, I need to refresh this. This is all jacked up. The great escape of the rapture, if you will. And what I know is that there are passages that can be read both ways on that one very strongly, which is why there is such a divide there on that. And Jesus himself, out of his words, when I'm reading his words, do not seem to correlate as much with the rapture scenario. And when I see the story in the Bible of Joseph and needing to prepare for the 7 years of tribulation in his time, a typography, if you will, of the end times scenario of 7 years, do we find it odd? Like, we know for sure, like everybody's in agreement on the 7 years of tribulation and the 3.5 and the 3.5. But what they're not in agreement on is to whether or not the whole escapism scenario of like, oh, well, you know, Christians get to escape the tribulation through a rapture event. I am not solidly convinced on either side of that, and I have studied it deeply, and it has mentally troubled me for a long period of time. So my solution to it without having the absolute. I do not have an absolute answer on that one. I literally am leaning 50-50 on either scenario. So in which case, I have always been a both person anyways, as Eddie and some other people who've been around know me. I'm a both person, so I prepare for both scenarios. Rapture or tribulation, which would mean, well, if you read about what will happen during that time, how would you prepare your family if you had to live through tribulation? I would ask that question and then start acting on that accordingly. Also, I feel like Jesus kind of also talked about it in the parable of the 10 virgins. Everybody know about that one?
Looking through the Fox Business article here again with so this Fox Business article with E.J. Anthony again, who's one of the considerations to replace the BLS chair, says until the jobs numbers are corrected, the BLS should suspend issuing the monthly jobs report, but keep publishing the more accurate though less timely quarterly data.
At that time the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. 3 The foolish ones took their lamps but did not take any oil with them. 4 The wise ones, however, took oil in jars along with their lamps. 5 The bridegroom was a long time in coming, and they all became drowsy and fell asleep. 6 At midnight the cry rang out, "Here's the bridegroom. Come out to meet him." 7 Then all the virgins woke up and trimmed their lamps. 8 The foolish ones said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, our lamps are going out." 9 No, they replied, "There may not be enough for both us and you. Instead, go to those who sell oil and buy some for yourselves." 10 But while they were on their way to buy the oil, the bridegroom arrived. The virgins who were ready went in with him to the wedding banquet on the 9. And the door was shut. On the 11 later the others also came. "Lord, Lord," they said, "open the door for us." The virgins down he replied on the 9, "Truly I tell you, I don't know you." 13 Therefore keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour.
So I don't know. In that one, it was preparing. There were half of the virgins in this story preparing and waiting for the bridegroom to arrive. There were half that were ready and half that were not. Well, I don't know. I read that ultimately came to the finalized conclusion that I'm like, dude, there is a 50-50 rift in even the Christian body of those who believe that, you know, when the Bible talks about preparing 7 years, because there will be 7 years of feast and 7 years of famine in the Bible multiple times. And I don't know that that is covered if you don't have that scenario. So, you know, and there's arguments on both sides of it. I know, I understand the whole parable of, or not even parable, but how Jewish weddings occur and the whole stealing away of the bride in the middle of the night thing. And I know, I see it. I see it both ways. I do. I can see it both ways. So as for me and my house, I am one to prepare for both. What's the next setup? You must be new here. We play the video game. Whatever enemy pops up, you know, it's, I don't say, you know, but in a video game, the bad guy pops up, you aim for the headshot.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Okay, green dots. Are we going to... Basically, I am looking to see if we get a break of the bull control. But normally that doesn't occur until 12:05 to 12:35. So if it's happening now, it's a bit early by about 20-25 minutes. Tracking through the white line there. Okay. So on the 89 high time frame, so if we're talking about high time frame, we were drawing this in earlier. We have a structural PRZ coming in at 23,880. So I've got my eye on that one, which is why I drew the white line up above to where we're anticipating that it could go on the this. So we had the 1-2-3 banger potential here on a 483842, about a 1 higher, and I come back in as the HMD coming in here. Now the line goes up here behind the dot.
NQ on the 4.
Switch dot, green dot, they're still pushing.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Oh, fired the labor said recently.
Two finger
I've laid off 420 employees, including my wife. Okay.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
I don't know. What are y'all's thoughts on that whole, like, they're gonna stop posting the numbers for jobs reports? So what are they hiding? I mean, do you guys probably have a better pulse than I do on job scenarios? Like, are there any other stories anybody else hearing or experiencing dealing with job layoff scenarios? Like, how bad is it? Let's see, from bottom to there, 959, so about 40 ticks away from a 1,000 tick move. A lot of mass layoff videos flooded YouTube. Would you mind sending me one of those? No, it has always kind of been wrong. So the way that works, they make their best guess based on some piece of information, and then like the following month, it's always a revision based on when the numbers from ADP are actually, and they use like one of the biggest companies out there, the ADP, HR, kind of what sends people's paychecks. I'm not going to say I'm like a pro or expert on that, but that is generally how I understand that to be, is that the first one is an estimate. I forgot what the first one is mostly. done by, but then the actual numbers come in
Fib.NQ
from reporting
on
by the
4.
companies themselves. Job numbers were manipulated from the beginning, so I think it's good to clean house. Yeah, get correct numbers, which would be hard given the fluff and magic they have added to the system. Well, the hardest part is though, like, think about what's the reporting mechanism. I don't know that people understand the complexity. Like, how would you know? And you're like, well, the government should control it all. Oh, here we go. Like, we're right back to like everybody. It's almost like we are giving over to the beast system, and it's like, you know, look, the Bible called it, man. It's like they will give themselves over to the beast system, and it under the guise of, you know, health and safety and numbers and information. Well, the best way to do it is to centralize all the power and centralize all the information so everybody can be tracked at all times and all things. Oh, for the good of the people. Yeah, the first round is the good of the people.
NQ on the
And like, I don't think, and nobody learns from the past because they've stopped teaching history to kids. They teach them, you know, all the other social nonsense and don't know their history. So they have no idea what's running. So, you know, watching Revelation come, you know, unfold right before our eyes in our generation is pretty wild to watch. But again, the reports have always been unreliable, and everybody understands that. But, well, I don't want to say everybody. There are so many people with no brains anymore. Like, you meet them every day coming into our live streams, and I mean, examples like Mike Schwartz and all the other people like that are out here in our industry. It's wild. Like, there is no brain work, no working brains. So I guess it's not as surprising.
The secret to
This is one of them. All right, let me take a look.
I think it's about
Fib.NQ on the
trading.
4.
It says the title of this is 806,000 fired at the job as the job market collapses. 2025 mass layoffs. All right, too long here.
My name's Kalen, and today we're unpacking the most devastating jobs report since COVID. 806,000 Americans have already lost their jobs this year. That's more than all of 2024. In July alone, 62,000 job cuts. And here's the kicker: the government wasn't just slow to react.
Okay, that's a big number. Job market collapses, 2025 mass layoffs. Okay, let me turn up my volume a little bit here. Hear this.
They were flat out overstating the job growth numbers for months. 2 months of booming job growth that just got revised by 258,000 jobs overnight. Meanwhile, everyday Americans
Fib.NQ
are
on the
getting right. So
4.
what's really going on? Who's telling the truth about the 2025 job market? Let's get into it.
Santella here with the big breaking news of the morning, the big July jobs report. Non-farm payrolls up 73,000. Definitely a bit light, but maybe it's the Goldilocks. We'll have to see how the market moves. 73,000, that would be the lightest rate of the year. You have to go back to October of last year to find a lower non-farm pace at 44,000. Now, the revisions, here's a biggie. The 2-month revision, minus 258,000. That is a biggie, Average hourly earnings on month-to-month basis come in as expected, up 0.3. And if we look at year-over-year perspective, up 3.9. That's important. That's a tenth higher than expected, 0.2 higher than the 3.7 in the rearview mirror. And that 3.7 was the lowest year-over-year earnings rate going back to mid-21. If we look at the hours worked at 34.3, that's up a tenth. That's a good thing. The unemployment rate moves up a tenth. It moves up a tenth from 4.
That's not as high as I thought it would have been moving up. And in fact, I believe that, you know, the Trump administration, the way they're probably going to spin this is exactly what they expected. And maybe it's not a spin. Maybe it's just the truth. Maybe this is exactly what they were going for, especially because they're cutting so many government jobs. They're saying that it's way too bureaucratic. Okay, but this is just a layup for anybody that is trying to spin this into an
Fib.NQ on the
absolute
9.
negative. I think just saying this is absolutely negative is not really covering the whole.
4.1 to 4.2, and this makes it the 1, 2, 3, the fourth 4.2 read of the year. To find a higher reading, you're going way back. You're going all the way back to October of 21 when it was 4.5. Now, if we look at labor force participation, comes in a tenth light, 62.2. That's a tenth light in the rearview mirror and expectation.
People are just giving up. They're just giving up. The labor force participation rate being that. We're not talking about unemployment. We're talking about the people who can work but just aren't. Only 62% of the people who can work are.
expectations. 62.2 to find a lower number, you're going back to the end of 22. And finally, the underemployment rate, which is called U6. That 4.2 is called U3. 7.9 on the underemployment rate. That would equal where we were in March. To find a higher one, you're going to February. What's the market doing? The market in interest rates is moving lower. Why is it moving lower? Because of the big revision would be my guess, and maybe partially due to the light non-farm, but it is the revision. We have moved down quite a bit. We're at 432 now. Pre-number, we were hovering around 439-ish. And if you look at where we settled last week in a 10, it was at 439. So we're now down about 7 basis points on the week. A 2-year last week closed at 393. It is now down 10 basis points, and that's after closing at the highest level yesterday in the short end.
Yeah, thanks, Rick. I'm not on Truth Social, but I'm waiting. We're going to hear something about too late, are we not? It's imminent. But this gives everybody.
Yeah, he's saying that Trump's going to hop on, and he probably already did today by the time I'm recording this, and get on Jerome Powell for not cutting rates sooner. So it's interesting to see if that's what the blame is going to be shifting. But as you guys will see later in the video, we'll look at the data and see why this is actually the case. Now, I don't know why they revised the numbers. That's actually crazy. But in terms of the over 800,000 layoffs that have happened, the government is responsible for almost a third of those, which, again, one side is saying is good, the other side is saying is bad.
Something though, Rick. It gives people that hate the tariffs are killing the economy. People that want interest rates to come down, see, I told you so. The labor market's weakening and there's no inflation. This is going to give everybody on both sides of all the issues just a bunch of stuff that they're going to point to as evidence. I'm waiting for Steve State. He's working on it right now.
I don't get all the minutia. I get to gloss over what just comes across the wires. But one thing I will throw out there, one of the key factors of this administration has been trying to pare down the size of government. So government hiring is included in this report. So to see non-farm payrolls lower, to see revision, shouldn't be all that shocking, at least in terms of how much government roles have played in these numbers. Need to point that out. In terms of the unemployment rate, 4.2, that's
6 billion. Cotton end stocks forecast 4.5 million on the prior 4.6 million. Soybean end stocks forecast 352.5 million.
But still, historically speaking, well behaved. Those are my 2 cents.
And wheat end stocks forecast 882.5 million on the prior 890 million.
Especially if you're in tech. Microsoft cut
double delta NQ on the 4
after posting record profits. It was all over the financial news. Microsoft's been killing it, but they're also killing the jobs for their employees. Intel slashed 24,000 jobs. That's a full
24,000 from Intel alone.
1,000 positions.
All right, having to peel as we go above that cross there. Delta shift could be a delta shift back the other direction. So remember that line for that is still a good ways up there. Where's the 1,000 tick? 1,000 ticks from the bottom.
Middle management roles that used to be safe are now
pretty close to being that white line. 1,000 is right here. It's basically this little zone. I'm just going to draw a little zone right here for
are blaming liberal
the 1,000 tick.
Frame this as proof that overregulation, tariffs, and government inefficiency destroyed jobs. They defend government cuts as cleaning house. But then on the other side, you have the liberal media that is spinning it.
Intel replacing workers with AI. Yeah, I mean, AI is going to kill it all.
For the future growth. And they point out that unemployment is still historically low compared to recessions. What do you guys think? Are you guys believing what they're saying? Because here's what I think the reality
would anyone know why only YM gives me data, but when I swap to other instruments, it's blank? Hey, Janelle, would you post a screenshot in the Discord of what you got? Because while you're saying you're swapping instruments, there can be a lot of things, like making sure you're on the proper contract month.
They should have never existed, but we still have to talk.
There's just a lot of things. Please include a screenshot and post it there in the public chat, and we'll be able to help you figure that out. Otherwise, you need to contract your data feed provider. I'm not sure. You know, everybody can use a different data feed provider. So there's a lot of things. We can solve it by posting a screenshot. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Otherwise, I'll have 1,000 questions to ask you to get the information.
The unemployment rate at 4.2%. But the big news, really big news, major revisions for May and June. Major downward revisions. Those months much, much worse than thought, really making them two of the weakest months since the pandemic. Let's get right to CNN's Zane Asher for the latest on this. What are you seeing, Zane?
John, I don't know what to say. I mean, this number is bad. You mentioned the downward revisions, but if you look at this number, 73,000 jobs added compared to 115,000 that was expected. And you have to remember that in order for us not to be in the danger zone.
Let's see if CNN tells the full story. Even if they don't agree with where the conservatives are going to be coming from, I want to just see if they even shine any light on that argument.
This economy. The economy should be chugging along at least 100,000 jobs every month. The fact that this is below that is significant. You have to go back to October last year to find a worse number. As you mentioned, the downward revisions are really problematic. We're talking about June being 14,000 instead of 147,000.
That's a huge discrepancy.
That is huge. And then you think about May coming in at 19,000. And a lot of the economists that I've been speaking to.
Just look at that graph. Like, you can clearly see something happened. That revision, but it makes me wonder why they came out with it these months.
have been warning me that, look, when you start laying off the people whose very job it is to actually collect the data, that is likely at some point going to show up in the numbers. And the discrepancies is really what concerns me. I do want to talk about some of the specific sectors. I'll start with some of the positive numbers that we got. As we've spoken about time and time again, a lot of the jobs growth has been driven by healthcare, right? This is a care economy. You have an aging population. That seems to be doing relatively fine. Part of the problem, and what I find really problematic, and I'm waiting for Trump to post.
AI can beat chess grandmasters and pass the bar exam. In 2025, it can even pass platform challenges for you.
True social about these numbers. I'm wondering what.
Stanley, it seems correct, but the delay would be a bit longer, don't you think? It seems all these revisions, the current problem is a rush to get a report out. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Like, if you really think, then again, maybe, I don't know. I'm a data person, so I just know how data gets collected, and it is very difficult to know, like, what would you use? Where do you report all the jobs to? And the fact that we have to report to the government to begin with, and maybe it is a good idea to get rid of it because, I mean, I would rather the government have less power. I don't know about you guys. I just think governments are corrupt. And again, I'm a giant pessimist to begin with. I trust absolutely no one, nothing, except for the good Lord above. That's it for me. Like, I don't trust nobody, nothing, definitely not government. And yeah, it's just, but the way that report would come, if it was, of course, I mean, I've been so used to it coming and looking for the reaction of the market. Like, I like the fact that it comes on and then you're having to speculate and then you get the big movement afterwards. So as a trader, I love it. But if I'm like thinking about its accuracy and all that kind of whatnot, like, yeah, I wouldn't trust it. But then again, that's part of the whole game of that coming out anyways. Like, you almost know it's going to be fake. You almost know it's BS, right? And so you don't have to care.
For spot 5 million, prior for spot 6.
All right, we still got like 10 minutes till the 12:05, so they can still continue to run it up. 1,000 ticks is up there at that white line up above.
882 spot 5 million on the prior 890 million.
What he's going to say about Jerome Powell and the Fed needing to cut rates. But when you think about manufacturing is the one sector that the Trump administration has said that they want to help. That this whole sort of tariff game is about helping that sector. That sector is losing jobs by the minute. When you think about the fact that factories are not able to import raw materials, that you have factories in this country that are sitting idle, that factories are laying people off, and you have at least 11,000 jobs being lost in manufacturing, that's a problem. Construction is another.
We get there? Almost.
2,000.
Almost in there.
Added. I mean, that's sort of
almost in there.
Lukewarm here. You're not seeing much movement in construction. That's.
What do they expect? You lay off, the government workers, but also.
All right, I'll jump in here.
Mass amounts of migrants who would be taking those jobs. No one on either side should be surprised. This is an experiment that is happening, and it's very hard to make the case that it shouldn't be happening this way, especially when it comes to, again, the government jobs. If people had jobs in the government, if the government was bigger than it needed to be, then it should be reduced. Illegals in the country working, if they are undocumented, if they are illegally here.
You're on the wrong contract month. I kind of suspected that, but I would need to see it in a screenshot. You know what I'm saying? Okay, good. I'm glad you figured it out there.
It doesn't get spoken about enough. The tariffs. I'm just kidding. They get spoken about a lot.
DCDMNQ on the 4.
It's August 1st today. A lot of deals have been done. And people, even on the left, are saying, you know what? Trump's crazy tariff policies were actually kind of good.
That's a sector that is definitely dependent on immigration. And when you have the fact that a lot of people in this country who are immigrants or from elsewhere are scared to show up to building sites, that's also a problem as well. We're seeing wages in construction actually soar and activity go down as well.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
Activity is going down. Notice what she said. So because they have gotten the illegals out of that portion of the workforce or of the job market, it is increasing the wages.
Hey, Kath. Good to see you. Happy. Well,
are going to be able to.
Not Monday anymore. It's Tuesday. Great to see you. Good afternoon.
Because the wages were too low. So
okay, 11:58.
Win? Let me know.
Retail as a sector was okay, added about 15,000 jobs, sort of chugging along. Retail has obviously been problematic because of a little-known company known as Amazon, but also retail is heavily dependent on tariffs as well. I'm really curious about what Jerome Powell is going to say, not just because of the headline number, because it's not really just about the headline number, as you know, John. It is really about, A, what is beneath the hood, but also these downward revisions, which tell you that when I came on here last month telling you, the economy is resilient, that wasn't actually the case because of these downward revisions.
If we can get that other board up, because that's the one that actually tells the story. When you see job growth from month to month of 14,000, 19,000, and then in the 70s, hopefully that can come back up, because that's the news here. You've got 3 anemic months of jobs growth.
Right.
Put that side by side with this new announcement that came overnight of these tariffs, which may or may not go into effect. See, right here, this is the news.
Right, this is
you
the
look
news.
at this. These are, and I'll just walk around. These are 2 of the weakest months we've seen since 2020.
Right.
14,000,
19,000.
19,000. Those are very, very weak numbers, and it's also just statistically, and for those who keep track of things, way off from what they said before. But if you looked at a 3-month stretch like this, you say, wait a second, we've got an economy that's got some real challenges.
That's got a lot of work to do. And when you think about the fact that Liberation Day, yes, April 2nd rather, Liberation Day, we were sort of wondering when we were going to see the effects of these tariffs on the labor market. And you and I were talking about the fact that, wow, we haven't actually seen it yet. Well, we did see it. We just...
That's a reach.
Sounds like some news is coming out here any second here at noon.
That's dishonest.
It just wasn't reflected in the numbers. 19,000, as you point out, 14,000 jobs added in June. Clearly, it was having an impact. People were not hiring. You had so much uncertainty in this economy where employers just didn't feel comfortable actually hiring. And I'm wondering what Jerome Powell is actually going to do. He talked about just this idea of being data dependent. And now we're seeing the data really showing some kind of an indication that these tariffs are absolutely having an effect now. And so a lot of people are saying that the September rate cut was already likely, it is now even more likely.
So now we have to talk about the real victims and the broken system. Because believe it or not, this isn't just in tech. The federal layoffs alone wiped out nearly 300,000 jobs this year. So we don't need to be surprised about the mass layoffs and why the jobs report is so bad.
Okay, we got a split cross reversal here. I hate to interrupt them here, but we have a split cross reversal, 7-7 and a 7-7. This is a big indicator for like 100 to 150 tick move oftentimes. And again, who knows, like we might be in some crazy straight up type of day scenario, but it's coming at the right time of day. I want to make this one a big line. It is right at noon, 12:01. Normally between 12:05 and 12:35. It's there, it's not at, they're not going by the clock. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put this at a 8. Some thick there. Gonna be an important level, whether now or later, either one. And let's in some more here.
So for all the liberals that are cheering and saying, oh, wow, this is so terrible. Under Trump, everything is doing bad. Well, there's your reason. Because the conservatives are making the argument that they have to clean this mess up after what Biden was doing. But it is really just easy to make the argument. Look at the numbers. Look at the statistics. Look at the reports and say, is Trump doing really good? Well, the liberals are saying no. But we had to give the reason why that's happening. Within that 300,000 number, 17,000 jobs were cut from the VA. Now, depending on where you fall on this, that is either music to your ears, or that is a sign of the doom that is coming under this administration. Retail has lost over 80,000 jobs thanks to tariffs, inflation, and companies that are trying to scale back. Manufacturing keeps bleeding positions month over month, and unemployment just jumped from 4.1
for 2026,
to 4.2%. Not because jobs are being created, but because tens of thousands just gave up looking for work entirely. Let's consider the
price to average $63.58 a barrel.
Well, I mean, you can call it a tank, but as soon as the jobs report dropped, the S&P dropped by 1.7%,
which is down from the $54.82 that they saw before.
And
for Brent prices, they see it averaging $67.22 a barrel.
Even Wall Street, which usually cheers year's
cents.
job cuts
For next year, they
panicked.
see Brent prices
Overnight,
at
the Federal Reserve
$51.43.
shifted from
Prior
holding rates
forecast was
steady to an
$58.48.
80% chance of emergency rate cuts. That's not confidence. That's damage control. Which is so interesting because Trump has been trying to get Jerome Powell to cut rates ever since he got in office. At this past Fed meeting, they didn't do anything. In fact, people said that it was the most uninteresting meeting because everybody knew what was going to happen. And now to see that the odds are changing in favor of emergency rate cuts to deal with this job market that's collapsing is really interesting.
It's going to make the Antichrist look really, really smart.
The system is failing from both sides. We're watching,
and everybody's going to be all in.
Workforce, while government statistics mask the damage. Workers are stuck in the middle of a political tug of war that doesn't actually fix anything. What do you guys think would actually help the American workers? Corporate reform, government programs, or something else entirely? Let me know in the comment section below. I wanted to show you guys the Fox reaction because I thought that it was kind of funny because it was silent. It was silent.
The expectations call for 110,000 jobs for the month of July. The unemployment rate at 4.2%. We're looking at markets this morning down 400 points on the Dow Industrials going into the number. The Nasdaq down about 200 going. 73,000 jobs. 73,000 jobs created in the month of July. Number just coming out. 4.2% of the unemployment rate, right in line with expectations. Here are the numbers. For the month of July, jobs came in at 73,000. That was lower than the expectation, which called for 110,000 jobs. The unemployment rate right in step with expectations at 4.2%. Steve Moore, your reaction.
Look, I think this is all a result, this disappointing number is a result of all the turmoil over tariffs and the trade wars. And that's sort of good news and bad news, because guess what? In just the last few weeks, Trump has racked off a lot of victories here. As he gets more victories with the Europeans, with Japan, with the UK, I think that's going to settle things. And
that's a great point, because all of these trade deals and the effects of them will not be priced into this yet. It will not be reflected in this July report because it literally just happened within the past week.
2-finger NQ on the 39.
Then that kind of turmoil will be over. So I think that this is kind of a blip. And so I'm still very bullish on the U.S. economy, but this is a disappointing number. I'd love to see what the number was for private sector, as John was saying. Is it private sector or government? I want to see the government employment number down, because remember, under Biden, so much of the job creation was in the government sector.
Yeah, go ahead. Joel Schulman, did you?
So they're saying that the baseline that they're going off of for actual employment numbers was propped up and inflated by the Biden administration over hiring. So it would naturally reflect.
So it was even worse.
Trump
oh,
comes
wow.
in and starts firing all these unnecessary people in the government, that the unemployment rate would rise and these job report numbers would be as bad as they are.
Did you say something? Charles, was that you?
83,000 private sector.
Yeah.
I want to push back on that. I think this is more about the Federal Reserve. Again, we've got a bifurcated economy. The Fed is...
So blame Jerome Powell and the Fed. Let's see.
They have a regressive approach here, right? They're trying to still clamp down on this economy, but it's not working. It's hurting 70% of the folks out there. Look at delinquencies. Look at all of the things that are hurting the average household, I think, and also small businesses. Coming into this year, the biggest question was, how would they even refinance? We're talking about financing government debt. How do we help the small businesses out there? There are two economies. The Fed's looking at the wealthiest folks out there and thinking it means everyone, and I think that's hurting the jobs market more than anything else.
Yeah, it's a great point, and I agree that this report is so critical for the Federal Reserve's next move. Stephanie, how do you read things?
Well, I'm just stunned at another number in this report, and that is the downward revision to the June figure from 147,000 to just 14,000. So looking over the last 3 months, we've got 73,000 in July, 14,000 in June, and 19,000 in May. Those are incredibly weak. headline numbers, and that's the total, not just private jobs. So this is a very soft report. And I guess what I'm really blown away by is that July generally is a report where the seasonals are such that you can surprise on the upside very easily, because 1 million people roughly drop out of the labor force with the school year, the school vacation. So that sets a very low seasonal bar for the data to clear, and clearly we tripped over the bar. So this is a very weak report. And sorry.
EIA estimates also see U.S. crude production to decline in 2026
and I guess,
for the first
it
time
certainly
since
strengthens
2021.
the argument materially for the Fed to cut rates. It's interesting because one presumes they had at least some of the preliminary components of this report when they were in their meeting on Wednesday and made the decision. They probably had an early look at this, so that probably is one of the reasons why you had the two dissents, but amazing that Powell stood firm despite that in the face of this data.
Well, it's a great point that you make, because these downward revisions show a lot more about this economy in the last couple of months. And if we're learning this now, in the first day of August for the month of July and the month of June, that things were weakening, Jay Powell had access to that. How is it possible that he went forward and did not cut interest rates even as he saw all of this data, Stephanie? Yes, that's why we had two dissenters. Mickey.
That's a really good question. If he had already saw all of this, why didn't he cut the rates? Is it because of Trump's rhetoric? Is it because of Trump threatening to fire him? Did he not appreciate Trump pulling up
ego
and touring the Federal Reserve, looking at all of the renovations and remodeling that they're doing? Was he a little butthurt about it? No, that's probably not it. It's a good question. I wonder why, especially if it's about an 80% chance that they're going to cut the rates in September.
Divergence up NQ on the
Very
9.
strange. Here's the truth. 806,000 jobs are gone. And the people that are in charge are way busier arguing about who is to blame rather than actually trying to fix the problem. We're experiencing record layoffs, hidden revisions, and market panic. And both sides of the aisle are trying to spin it, but none of them are actually giving us the real solutions. Here's what I suggest. Don't wait for any politicians or CEOs to come and try to save you.
Extended its gains
that
to
AI
hit a record
can't
high,
replace.
last up spot
Diversify
9%.
your income. Strengthen your own safety net, because the economy isn't really built to protect you. Go ahead and subscribe for free at theedwardsreport.com and join thousands of people who want facts and not spin, and real solutions, not empty promises.
That was a really good one. So, man, those are big numbers. Big number changes. Wild. Man, AI is, just crazy, man. Okay, it is 12:11, so we are inside that 12:05 to 12:35 zone. And I'm in on 50 ticks, but I'm looking for that 100. I'm trying to get that full 100 bag. And if we get all the way to that 100 spot on the cipher, I mean, even better for me. Don't know. All right. Well, I'm going to take a break for lunch. We'll be back for the afternoon. Feels like everybody's kind of bored anyways, so I'll catch you guys there in the afternoon. We'll do another one starting around 2:30, and keep you guys updated as I can there inside of Discord. Thanks for hanging out here in the morning session, and we'll be back there this afternoon for the final hours.